Hey, what's up gang? Brian here, Brian's Law Maintenance. Trust you guys are doing well. Hey, all done for the day, but wanted to do a quick video for you guys. This one's actually kind of fresh, kind of relevant. I thought about maybe helping you guys out with this one in case you're new to the business, or if maybe you're a veteran and you've never really come down this road before, and that is if you take out a window, what's the process for handling that? When I was new in business, this one scared the heck out of me because I kind of figured one day it would happen. When it did finally happen, and that's not necessarily a good thing, obviously, I was a little nervous, a little anxious. Didn't really have the lay of the land, didn't really have any perspective of what to do and what to do next. So let me give you guys just kind of the process of what to do if you do ever happen to take out a window. And actually, the reason it's kind of a timely topic is because about a week and a half ago, the day of me going up north for 3 days to get my mind off of just the business and life and everything going on in between, I got a phone call from a customer saying, hey, you took out one of our windows. So by the way, if you guys have any tips or suggestions at the end of this video that maybe can help some new guys in the business or people that might run into this little fiasco, leave them in the comment section down below. Maybe you can help some other guys out. But let me give you guys the lay of the land of what to do if you take out a window. Number one, you always want to make sure you guys have insurance. I know it's such a simple topic, but I'm still shocked at how many guys don't have general liability insurance. Guys, I'm telling you like a friend, if you're running a real business, you have to start paying to play. You have to start throwing down for insurance. It's not as much as most of you guys think. You can get away with general liability insurance, 300 to 500 grand for probably 250 to 500 to $1,000 a year tops. Depends on if you're high risk, depends on your history. All that being said, depends on how big your company is, but you can get away pretty cheap for some general liability insurance. Now with that insurance policy, you're gonna have a basic deductible for certain damages. I'm not technical with all of it, but I know when I take out a window, my deductible is 250 bucks. And by the way, that's a good conversation to have with your insurance agent is, hey, what kind of things cover what and what's my deductible, especially when you're shopping around going apples to apples. Number one thing is when you get a phone call, a text message with some photos, because those are always nice from the client, and they're saying, hey, you damaged one of my windows. The very first thing I do is I give those people a phone call, and I do it pretty immediate. I don't wait 4 or 5 hours to get back with those people, because in their world, in their mind, it's kind of a stage 5 fire, whatever you guys call it. It's a 5-alarm fire, okay? And you guys need to treat it serious too by giving them a phone call back, not a text message. It's always kind of impersonal to do that. But what I would do is I would give that customer a phone call back immediately. And the number one thing I can tell you guys is what you want to do, what you want to say is, look, everything's going to be okay. I'm good for it. I've got insurance, you're covered, I'm covered, no emergencies, no worries. And then what I always like to communicate to them is, hey, I know you're gonna have a lot on your mind worrying about this. Let me tell you like a friend, I'll have it wrapped up in 2 weeks for you, no problem. I've been down this road before, unfortunately, but nonetheless, we're equipped to handle this. And you know what, we'll have it wrapped up before you know it. Right there, you can pretty much disarm about 9 out of 10 customers from maybe being mad or furious or anxious or worrying if they're going to be out $500 to $1,000 a window. What you can do is you can hedge all that pretty quickly and make sure that they're on your page and they're going to start working with you instead of working against you. Number two in the process, you're going to want to ask the customer, hey, is it just the outside pane of the window that's damaged, or did the rock or stone go all the way through and the window is completely shattered and completely taken out? Reason being, obviously, if you take out a window or a door wall, and obviously there's elements that can get in and out, obviously exposed, and there's a big hole in the person's house, they have to go out there and board that up. The glass company does. So that's always my second statement or question to the customer is, hey, was it just the outside pane that's shattered and spider vein looking, or is it all the way through and we got a big hole in the wall? If that's the case, then they got to go out there and somebody's got to board that bad boy up, of course being the glass company that you're going to hire to do the work. So here's the kind of the process, and this is where it kind of diverges a little bit, so I want to give you guys both perspectives. Number one, you want to have your insurance agency probably has a preferred glass vendor that they deal with. It'd be really wise of you to make sure that you have that company's contact information and phone number, because they're probably local, they probably do decent work, they're probably reputable. That's why the insurance agent agent sticks with them. Now, the first thing you want to evaluate is this something where you're going to be making an insurance claim or you're going to be paying out of pocket? Completely different scenarios. Basically, here's the next step in the process. You call that glass company and you say, hey, I damaged a window. Here's my contact information. I'm so-and-so lawn company. I need to get a quote and an estimate on this. They're going to ask you, is it exposed to the elements? Is the window completely shattered? Do we need to send somebody out to board it up? Let's say no in this example. It's just the outside pane. Okay, well, hey, let's get all the contact information for a customer. You can provide all those details. And then what I always do is get on the phone with my lawn customer, let them know, hey, ABC Glass Company is going to be reaching out to you in the next day or so, and we'll get this process started. So what happens next is that glass company over the next 24, 48 hours, they're going to go out to that customer's house and take an estimate for you about how much damage there was and what it's going to cost potentially to get that glass window repaired and fixed. Now let's fast forward and let's say there's two different routes that are going to go on here. Number one, you're going to be paying out of pocket, like I said. Number two, you might want to make an insurance claim. Let's talk about you're going to pay out of pocket. Let's say the insurance company comes back and it's just a front window to a nice subdivision house and it's $285. Definitely sucks, definitely stings. It's going to take out your pocketbook for a couple days. It's never fun, of course, especially when you got the rest of your business and you got the rest of life going on and you're paying payroll. But nonetheless, it is a mistake. You are liable for it. You got to take care of it. My rule of thumb is if it's $300 or less, I'm going to pay for that window out of pocket. Reason being is you don't want more insurance claims with your insurance company. You don't want to get into a high risk category because you're going to be paying a lot more insurance monthly, annually, and sometimes paying out of pocket's going to cover it. Now, the next part of the process, it's totally up to you, but let's say they come back to you guys with a quote for $285 to replace this window. What I always ask is, hey, is that the best price you guys can do? And most of the time, because 9 times out of 10 people don't know how to sell or they don't know how to stay their ground, if you will, most people already budge on the price. And you know what, guys, I'm telling you like a friend, if you can get that price knocked down $25, $50, that's cutting 1 or 2 lawns for free the next day, where you get to make that money and keep it now versus handling it to somebody else. What I'm trying to say is you're going to pay retail for that window. Until you have a really good relationship with your glass company, I wouldn't try to like nickel and dime them for sure. But nonetheless, if they're charging you $300 for a window, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any of my friends that are doing glass or installing glass or anything like that, but I am still a business owner. I am still a consumer. I still want a good deal and I still want a good price. So my goal is to talk them down. Normally you can knock about $50 off of that window price for sure. So again, if that claim is $250 with your insurance company and it's $285 is what they're quoting you, you could normally get it down to $225, no problem, and that's going to save you $50. So next up after that, you talk to the glass company, you order up the window. They'll tell you that it's going to be in about 5 or 6 days. They'll probably contact the customer to say the same thing. Next up, the glass will come in and really simply they'll talk to the customer and say, hey, what day works best for you to be home so we can come in and install that window. Basically, they'll say, hey, next week Tuesday works, and then your glass company is going to go install that window. They'll call you when the work is done, and you're going to hand them your debit card, credit card, or whatever you want to do over the phone and take care of that window. Now, same kind of end process, but let's go down the insurance claim route. Let's say the window comes back and it's $900, and that does happen, man. I took out a window last fall just with a little rock with my guy that was trimming, and it was $900. I was like thinking it was a $200 window, you know? No problem. I called up the insurance agent, told him, hey, here's what's going on, just a small accident. You're gonna hand them the customer's information, and basically it's kind of the same process. They get things moving. They're gonna say, hey, you know, we've got ABC Glass Company. You can say, hey, look, I'm already ahead of the process. They can send the quote to you guys so they can start the reimbursement process, and it's essentially the exact same process going down the road. The only difference is you have to call your insurance agent or through that process and basically pay off your $250 deductible, and basically after that they'll cut a check for the balance and the full amount to the glass company. So you pay your $250 deductible and they'll cut them a check for the $900 for that window. Does that make sense to you guys? So guys, I just wanted to give you the lay of the land. It's definitely unfortunate, it definitely sucks, and it's definitely going to cost you money no matter which way you look at it. But nonetheless, here's the biggest takeaway for me personally is as long as nobody's hurt, no place burnt down, and nothing crazy dramatic happened, it's all good, okay? You can always make more money, but when somebody gets hurt, it's a whole different story. So as long as nobody got hurt, count your blessings, everything is going to be gravy. You can always make more money, so it's not the end of the world. Again, Call your customer, number one, let them know it's gonna be okay. Number two, tell them you're good for it. You're licensed, you're insured, you got insurance, it's all good. Number three, you're gonna call your glass company, have them get an estimate. And number four, you're gonna call your insurance agent if it's like absurd, $400, $500, $800, $900 for a window. If not, pay it out of pocket, guys. Save yourself some claims and being high risk. And then number five, they'll go and install the window. And number six, you pay your deductible and you're good to go. All right, guys, again, it's not the end of the world, but it is an unfortunate scenario, but it does happen. It's a relevant example, and I wanted to share that information with you guys. Hopefully it can help some of you guys out that might be new to the business. If it's never happened to you, knock on wood, good for you. I'm glad that it's never happened to you, but for some of us, it does happen once every other couple years. And you know what? I used to get completely bent out of shape, anxious, nervous, have anxiety about it. Now it's an unfortunate part of the business. It's a black eye that when it happens, but you know what? You have a process, you have a plan, and you got procedures to take care of it, so it's no big deal. Does it sting the pocketbook? Yes, but remember, you can always make more money. So guys, that's pretty much it. If this video was helpful for you, do me a favor, shoot it a big thumbs up. Maybe share it with somebody in the lawn care community that you think might be able to use it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, we'll catch up with you here on the next one, and you guys take care.